Okay, cool. Today I'm going to show you how to utilize Apex Legends movement system. It's one of the most complex movement systems in gaming history, but it's also very beneficial for anybody who's trying to learn the game or to get better at the game. There's lots of simple movements and there's a lot of advanced techniques that pro players and just casual players use as well. But these are how these pro players and these YouTubers, these streamers, they show you their clips of them, 1v3ing full entire squads. This is what allows them to do that besides, just casual aim and positioning. So for first, we want to start off. I'm going to go into your settings, specifically for keyboard and mouse. There's three main settings that you need to have. There's key 1, which is all your normal stuff. For example, WASD, that's, move up, down, left, right. And for forward, you want to second bind that for key 2. It's also allow you to move forward without changing your first key. You set that to scroll wheel up. And then for jump, same idea, key 2, set that for scroll wheel down. For crouch, you don't want to have toggle on. You can have it on, but that's not what the one you want to keep on. You want to use. You want to go to crouch hold and set that to C. And then that'll be the only settings you should have to change. Now, the first thing I want to teach you guys, something simple. It would be bunny hopping. Bunny hopping is a technique where you use continuous hops, continuous jump inputs to move the same speed. In Apex, to do that, you would have to do that while crouching. And you see on the keyboard in the top left, when you continually do that by pressing space, you're going to miss inputs and you're going to lose speed. So that's why we changed that jump button to down scroll wheel. So what you would do is you want to crouch and jump using the scroll wheel to get that consistent timing. And by doing that, it keeps you same speed and lets you go in which direction you're pointing at, whichever direction you're moving towards. And to keep that same exact speed going, you would press A and D and alternating keys in between each jump, because that helps the most in keeping that speed. Next simple technique you want to have. This one can be done also on controller, although most of these techniques can actually be done on controller. They're just extremely harder to replicate. So you want to go to a zipline, right? And the moment you press it, for my keybind it'd be E, you want to scroll down for that jump. That's called a super jump. So a super jump allows you to fly, basically fly in the air to whichever area you want to go to. The thing with super jumps is you have to be on the ground when you try to replicate one. You can't jump up in the air and do the same movements because that'll just instantly detach you from the zipline. You have to have E selected. You have to be on the ground. And that can be done on ziplines going up, ziplines going across. Your feet just have to be on the ground when you do that. It's very useful. That's how you see these streamers. That one house in World's Edge or those ACU, those fade zipline plays, that's the super jump that they utilize. Next movement is a little wall bounce. This one, it's used a lot. You get up to it, you press jump, and you jump off the wall. Specifically, like this, you can use it to go in angles. You can use it to just jump off or to jump higher, like this, for example. If you want to get up to the spaces higher, it's a very useful technique. Specifically, you can do wall bounces on smaller objects like this. To utilize that, you would use the jump input, the scroll wheel one, and when you go, okay, that was a whole example. I think this would be better. When you go and jump, you hold a directional key, you let go of W, and you hold a directional key, either A or D, for whichever way you're going. That stops you from mantling up like this when you try to do that wall bounce. And then last one, which I think is the most flashy technique, and the one that is, I wouldn't say most useful, but it's definitely the best for getting clips and things of that nature, would be a simple tap strafe. Tap strafing is where you use a directional key and the forward input on the scroll wheel to move forward. You change the direction mid-air, like this. And tap strafing is very useful. It lets you confuse your opponent. Let's say you jump off, but you actually didn't. So you can get a complete 180 on them and break their crosshairs. To do a tap strafe, it's pretty simple. You wanna slide into a jump, like so. But when you do that jump, you will turn around, let go of W. Let go of W the moment you're in air, turn around, hold the directional key to whichever way you're facing. Let's say you want to go right, you hold D, and then you scroll up. That'll allow you to do a complete 180. You can do it with either A or D. You can also don't have to do it off of a ledge. You can just do it mid space like so. There are people who use tap strafes continuously, and there's something called neo strafing, which is a way more complex technique, which I won't be teaching you in this video, but it is very helpful and it allows people to just move around in very wild, sporadic ways without your opponent being able to predict where you're going, without them being able to aim at you no matter what you do.